Final row, the 96 is Fred Lagoy, and the 05 is Brad Bushy. 10 cars ready to run, qualifier number 1. As we kick off a busy weekend of racing here at the Airborne Speedway. Green flag, 3 wide going to turn number 1. Keith Pelkey on the inside trying to come through. It's Stephen Brissett on the outside and the number 59 who's trying to get the lead off of turn number 2. They race off into the third turn. Pelkey in the number 24, the inside coming through off of turn number 4. He will lead the first lap. Stephen Brissett running in the second spot. Third right now in car number 3 is Dan Sullivan. Running in fourth is Nick Haywood in number 29. Fifth is Fred Lagoy. That outside line really boxed up behind Cody Aubin's number 7. And anybody who was on the outside line at the start of the race, they've been going backwards. Brad Bushy in the 05 making contact with the 68 of Jamie Atkins over in turn number 4. Bushy will get the spot. Atkins had to go up the racetrack. And again, Lance Rabtoy out of the Renegade division is driving his brother's Sportsman today. Dave normally driving the number 21, but he is not with us this afternoon, and Lance is piloting that number 21 car at the back of the pack. The leader is Keith Pelkey. His lead is 5 car lengths out front. In the second spot, it's Dan Sullivan in car number 3. Nick Haywood has come through on the inside to get third away from Stephen Brissett. We have a spin over in turn number 2. It's Cody Aubin in car number 7. He spins over in turn number 2. And I believe he had some help. Cody Aubin's number 7. So a couple complete. First qualifier for the J&S Steel Sportsman division. First of 2. The other is lined up over in the staging area. Here they come off of turn number 4. Green flag is out. Contact near the start-finish line as they race off into turn number 1. Danny Sullivan's got a good run working on the top of the racetrack. Builds up momentum off of turn number 2. I think he's going to draw even down the backstretch. He will draw even going to turn number 3. Gets his nose out in front. Nick Haywood trying to follow on that outside line. The outside line coming to life. Stephen Brissett, a little bobble on the inside of turn number 4. He's feeling pressure both outside and right behind. The 96 of Fred Lagoy was on the back bumper. The 05 of Brad Bushy moving again on the outside of the racetrack. The leader, Dan Sullivan, continues to work on the top, going into 3 and 4. Keith Pelkey trying to come back after him on the inside. It's it way down to the inside of the racetrack. A good run off turn number 4, though, for Dan Sullivan allows him to hang on to the lead. Sullivan leads. Pelkey runs second. Third is Nick Haywood on the top. Fourth is now Sean Duquette with the 18. Then 4 car lengths back to the 96. That is Fred Lagoy. Look out, the 68 of Jamie Atkins sliding down the racetrack right into the 21 of Lance Rabtoy. Rabtoy then spins, and that is going to bring... And from that standpoint, the experiment worked well. Now, the racing certainly was tough to follow at times last week, but I think in the long run it will benefit the racetrack, the fact that we went and ran that event last Saturday night. All right, the race is back on. It's Dan Sullivan in car number 3 on the inside who's showing the way. And it's the 21 of Nick Haywood who comes through on the inside trying to get that second spot. The 24 of Keith Pelkey on the outside falling back to third, but he's going to be challenged by Sean Duquette's number 18, who is also trying to come through on the inside line. The leader is Sullivan. Second is the 29 of Haywood. Duquette in the 18 is going to go to third in turn number 2. Fred Lagoy also to get looking to move up and challenge the 24 of Keith Pelkey, who works to the top of the track. Then it's the 59 of Stephen Brissett. Those cars running in the top 6 position. 7th is Brad Bushy in the 05. Then it's side by side between Lance Rabtoy in the 21 and the 68 of Jamie Atkins. And then Cody Aubin is at the rear of the field. Keith Pelkey in car number 18 still putting up a good fight for that third spot that Sean Duquette holds. Meanwhile, Lance Rabtoy in the 21 looking to take a spot away from Brad Bushy in the 05. Rabtoy coming through on the inside. Bushy stays on the outside. At the line, Lance Rabtoy had that 7th position by a few feet. So Dan Sullivan leads by 6 car lengths. Nick Haywood into the second spot. Third, Sean Duquette. Fourth, Keith Pelkey. Fifth, Fred Lagoy. Then a few back to Stephen Brissett's 59. And in that 7th position, it is Lance Rabtoy. First time in the Sportsman division, running his brother's car this afternoon and doing well. Watching him in practice as well. He was turning nice lap times and pretty consistent with that number 21. Danny Sullivan leading off of turn number 4, and here he comes to pick up the checkered flag. Second will be Nick Haywood. Third to Sean Duquette. Fourth to Keith Pelkey. Fifth, Fred Lagoy. Sixth at the line, it is Lance Rabtoy. From Plattsburgh, it's Buck O'Branham. The 19 sportsmen in attendance this afternoon, 9 ready to run in the second qualifier. Slow pace into turn number 4. They come along the front stretch. There's the green flag. Jimmy Bushy back with his familiar number 11, works down the inside, 3 wide almost towards the back of the pack. Brandon Atkins goes right to the top of the track. Robin Wood trying to find some room as they're 3 wide going to turn number 3. Brandon Atkins running around Chris Frenier's number 93. Down on the inside is the 86 of Shagnon and the 57 of Stoner. A tight fit off of turn number 4, but somehow Atkins is able to get it done. The leader is Casey St. Clair in car number 56. Jimmy Bushy pushes way up to the top of turn number 2. He gets the right side tires off into the sand trap, and Mike Shagnon, the 86, sees an opportunity to move down to the inside, take the spot away. Shagnon, though, is sideways into turn number 4. That'll box things up right behind him. Jamie Begor moving on the inside. He'll get a spot away from Chris Frenier, following Howard Stoner through on the inside. Bushy continues to fight the handle, it seems, with that car number 11. Shagnon's 86 has the second spot, but now Bushy coming back to life on the outside, trying to fight for position. Bucko Branham in car number 20 moves to the top. He'll go around, or try to go around the 19, but it log jams right in front of the 19 and the 20 going to turn number 1. Stoner in the 57, running in the third spot. Jimmy Bushy's there in car number 11. Bucko Branham in the 20 car is going to make it 3 wide off of turn number 2, going to the third turn. They try to squeeze through 3 wide off the fourth turn down the front stretch as they continue to run 3 wide around the racetrack. Branham in car number 20. Saw a hole between the 57 and the 86. That hole closed up, so he had to get on the binders. Now he'll follow Stoner down the backstretch. Jamie Begor is still there down on the inside. Begor works the inside line. The leader, Casey St. Clair, checking out. He's halfway, but 3 wide along the front stretch. Branham trying to open that door down to the inside, take the position away from Mike Shagnon. Now he'll go after the 57 of Howard Stoner. Jamie Begor is now in line behind the 20 car down on the inside. Robin Wood also following that inside line. He's trying to get to the top 5 and get underneath the 86 of Shagnon. The 56 of St. Clair leads by half the backstretch. Bucko Branham in car number 20 taking second away from Howard Stoner. Jamie Begor in the number 19 trying to get into that same spot, grab the third position away from the Stoner 57. Right behind those cars, they run side by side for the 5th position, and Robin Wood, sideways off of turn number 4, has 5th at the line. Mike Shagnon now running in the 6th spot. 7th is Jimmy Bushy, 8th is Chris Frenier, and 9th is Brandon Atkins at the back with the 4 car. Casey St. Clair running real strong out front with the S&L Trucking number 56. 2 laps to go for the 56 car. Bucko Branham in the 20, still running in second. Third, it's Jamie Begor. Then it's 3 car lengths to Howard Stoner, who works the inside line. Now a slingshot move attempted by Robin Wood in the 61 as he feigned outside, then moved it back down to the inside of the racetrack. But Stoner continues to work that line, and Robin runs right off the back bumper. The 57 pushes up just a little bit, opening up the inside, but Stoner closes that door off of 4. White flag on the field, 1 lap to go. Branham in car number 20 leads Begor for that second spot by a car length. And there's a good battle going on for the 4th position right behind them. The winner's going to be the 56, Casey St. Clair. Nice job. Bucko Branham 2nd, Jamie Begor 3rd, Howard Stoner hangs on to 4th, Robin Wood 5th, Mike Shagnon 6th, 7th to Jimmy Bushy, 8th timeout for Robin Cummings, who is from Milton, Vermont in the number 9. Billy Joyles in the 57 from Ausable Forks, and shotgun from Plattsburgh is James Sayward in the number 17. So 11 cars take the green flag, racing off into turn number 2. Mark Caron in the 5 is the leader. The 08 of Andrew Bordeaux. There's another car that we just talked about, Casey St. Clair, and the improvement that they've made with that car through the season. The 08 has been able to do that in the Renegade division. He has improved, it seems, week in and week out. Oh, no, Jason McClatchy spinning. There was contact between the 70 and the H2O off of turn number 4 coming along the front stretch. And that could have been a whole lot worse. The 70 was able to get things going in the right direction. The 22 of Rob Favreau had no place to go. And the 70 doesn't appear to be too happy. And he is heading back towards the area of the racetrack that he was running. Oh, he's not happy with the 3. He lets the 3 of Dave Drake know that he is no longer on the Christmas card list. Mark Caron and Andrew Bordeaux, the 5 and the 08, row number 1, ready to lead them off of turn number 4. Here they come along the front stretch. Green flags back out. Andrew Bordeaux on the outside of row number 1. Rob Gordon from the back is going to make it 3 wide as he tries to get around the top of Bill Joyle. He'll do so. That gets him the 6th position already. Side-by-side racing, almost 3 wide, going to the 3rd turn. Josh Terry backed out of it with the car number 43. The H2O, though, he appears to be on a mission. He's driving angry. He's already into the 4th spot. Now he's going after 3rd, looking around the outside of Rob Favreau's 22 car. Leader Andrew Bordeaux in the 08. The 5, Mark Caron, is 2nd. Rob Favreau's 22 is 3rd, but he's boxed. Looking to make a move on the 5. Now he's got room down to the inside as the 5 drifts up the track. Rob Gordon has his momentum taken away as the 5 drifted up in front of him. And that allows the inside line to come back to life and Rob Favreau to go after that 2nd spot. Mark Caron fighting back for 2nd, side by side for that position. Andrew Bordeaux checking out a little bit. Now a 4-car length advantage for the 08 car. The 86 of Rick Donor with a bobble going to turn number 4. It's Andrew Bordeaux leading. Rob Favreau coming through on the inside to get to 2nd. The 43 of Josh Terry running in the 3rd spot. Then it's Mark Caron's number 5. Rob Gordon has abandoned the outside line. He was snookered behind that 5 car. Now diving down to the inside, working the inside line, trying to follow Josh Terry is the H2O well drilling car. Now Terry goes towards the middle line in turn number 2. That allows the H2O to come through on the inside, but a good run back after Mark Caron on the outside of the racetrack to hang on to the 4th spot. Robert Gordon still trying to plug through on that inside line. I think he'll eventually get him. He does off at turn number 4. And at the line, Robert Gordon is in the 4th spot. Andrew Bordeaux, the leader, had a 3-car length advantage over Rob Favreau, but that's gone. It's now a half-car length in the middle of the backstretch. And the 43 of Josh Terry, he's not content to just run in line behind the 22. He's going to try it on the top of the track as he goes after the 2nd position. White flag is out for Andrew Bordeaux in the 08. Can he hold? Oh, we have contact along the front stretch. The 86 and the 3-car get together. Rick Donor. Green-white checkers, that's what we'll see as they race off of turn number 4. Coming to take the green flag, Andrew Bordeaux, Rob Favreau. Side-by-side racing the top 4 spots. Josh Terry's on the inside waiting to see if that 08 pushes up the track. Looking to get to the inside for the lead, but he did not push up the racetrack. The 43 will have to stay in line right behind the 08 car. Now off of turn number 4. The hole is open down to the inside, but it's Favreau on the top of the racetrack who has the lead at the line. The 08 of Bordeaux, the 22 of Favreau. Favreau off turn number 2 is going to take the lead. Here comes Rob Gordon on the outside. Gordon trying to get that 2nd spot away. Andrew Bordeaux trying to hang on to the 2nd place position. Don't think he's going to be able to do it. Checkered flag is out. Rob Favreau is going to win in car 22. Robert Gordon is 2nd. Andrew Bordeaux 3rd. 4th, Josh Terry. Mark Caron, the number 5, finishes in 5th. Then 7/357, Lonnie Rivers, who won last Saturday night. The 25 is point leader and defending track champion Kevin Boutin, who's on his way to another track championship. The 61, Dan Dubuque. And the 2 for Meadowman, that's the field, and they're really squirrely near the front. Josh Allen had to get on the binders. John Bradley in the 02 falling back through the field. The 69 of Don Franklin shows the way. Lance Raptoy's 11 runs 2nd. Joe Warren in car 13 is 3rd. Then it's Allen in car number 10. Lonnie Rivers is into the top 5. And Kevin Boutin is looking to follow those guys through. Boutin has a 43-point lead over Robert Gordon coming into the weekend. All he has to do is start tomorrow's feature event, and he will still be the Airborne Speedway Renegade champion. He'll be a 2-time champ, 2010, 2011 for that car number 25. Again, all he has to do is take the green flag in tomorrow's feature event. The most a driver could make up in a feature in the Renegade division is 30 points. So the only way Robert Gordon would have an opportunity to win a track championship and take that away from the number 25 is for the 25 to not start the feature event tomorrow afternoon. Don Franklin's car number 69 leads. Lance Raptoy is 2nd, 2.5, make it 3 car lengths behind Big Daddy. Then 3rd is Joe Warren in the number 13, side by side for the 4th spot. Lonnie Rivers in car number 7, Josh Allen in car number 10. And in car number 25 is Boutin. He is waiting to see how this plays out, and he's going to pick a line and eventually follow the person through that gets the spot. And it looks like it's Lonnie Rivers in the 357/7. Again, he has been filling in, accruing points basically for Curtis Seymour in the 357. Curtis, unfortunately, in hospital. He is recovering well, but unfortunately not able to race his normal number 357, and he wanted to still continue to pick up points. Lonnie Rivers has been doing that for him. Josh Allen in car number 10 is off the pace. Looks like that car is going to stop at the top of turn number 4 And that is going to bring out he's still rolling. Let's see if he can get it either into the infield or back to the pits. It's going to bring out a yellow flag. In the 0-2 Metal Man in the deuce. 8 cars running. Franklin and Raptoy on the hammer off turn number 4, and the green flag's back out. Off turn number 2, down the backstretch. The 69 shows the way. The 13 of Joe Warren trying to take second away from Lance Raptoy, and he's going to do it. At the stripe, Joe Warren has that second spot. Kevin Booten also in the mix now. He's side by side with Lonnie Rivers. Lance Raptoy in car number 11 not giving up the second spot just yet, trying to come back after it on the outside. Joe Warren's running strong, though, with a Freihofer 13. He's into second. Kevin Booten trying to come through on the inside and grab third. Checkered flag is out. It's Don Franklin. Joe Warren second. Kevin Booten gets third. Lance Raptoy back to fourth. Fifth will be Lonnie Rivers.
So we get ready to go with the Katrina O'Kane and Shorty LaFountain birthday race. Mini modifieds are under green. And the king, Jamie LaFountain, trying to win one for the old man who's celebrating a birthday today. Leads him up the backstretch the first time. Chad Collins brings that 69 to the number 2 spot. Rico Hernandez will settle in third for now, but here comes Speedy Brissett moving up on the outside. Speedy goes to third. Rico's back to fourth. Richner moves to the 21. Outside of the 3, he will look to take the 4th spot away from Hernandez up the backstretch. He's followed by Chris Clark driving that 41 car, and the 11 of Roger LeBounty also starts to move up on the outside as he will look to get around the Hernandez number 3. Jamie LaFountain running up front and all alone at this point. It'll be halfway next time by. Speedy Brissett has moved the 0-3 into that number 2 spot. While Chad Collins' 69 car is running third. Chris Clark has moved into fourth. That's a real good battle going on for the number 4 spot between LeBounty in the 11, Clark in the 41, and Richner in the 21. 3 cars together racing for that 4th spot. 7th is the 23 being driven by Justin Doner. Rico Hernandez is 8th, and Jimmy Varno is going to bring it back pit side. Popsicle sticks are out from Butch Hendry. 2 to go for the king, Jamie LaFountain. Speedy has closed the gap to about 3 or 4 car lengths. But he is running out of the time as the 20 car continues to run strong up front. Brissett's second. Collins is third. And it's another gap back to that 41 car of Clark. White flag is out. 1 to go for Jamie LaFountain, and the lead is down to a car length and a half. Can Speedy close in? Or can Jamie hold on and win the O'Kane and LaFountain birthday race? Here they come into the final set of corners. 3 and 4. LaFountain's lead is a car length. Off turn 4. Down the stretch to the line. And the king, Jamie LaFountain, is your winner. Speedy Brissett finishes second. 3rd spot to Chad Collins. 4th spot to the 41 of Chris Clark. Second and final qualifier for the Keysville Napa Mini Modifieds. Off turn 4 and down to the green flag. Outside, it's the Varnway 13 to grab the lead coming off turn 2 as they're going to take it 4 wide up the backstretch already. LaVarnway leads the way. Woodward is second. Riel on the inside runs third. Josh Laporte is fourth as they continue to take that 3-wide battle around the racetrack. Now 3 wide down the front stretch as they go at it for the number 2 spot. All trying to run down Josh LaVarnway in that 13 car. The 45 of Laporte has moved into the number 2 spot. He started 5th. And now it's 4 wide off the 3rd turn once again as the cars scramble for those middle positions in this second qualifier. LaVarnway, Laporte, look out, Sales almost spins that 47 in front of Seymour's 35, but did a nice job of hanging on to it.
Yeah, just come on in the back.
Sales has got a muscle get on the go if he wants to get his qualified spot, but else he may be starting toward the back of the pack. They are halfway in this second qualifier. And Sales has got to go. He's got 3 cars. He's got to pass to get into a qualified spot. He's got 1.
Sales got punched pretty good by that 7 car over in turn 2.
2 to go this time by, and we have got a challenge for the lead. Josh Laporte on the inside goes right by that 13 of Lavarnway. It'll drop him back to second. And Josh Leclerc in the 7 is now third. Matt Brusso started well in the back of the pack. He's worked himself into a number 4 spot. 5th spot right now, hanging on to it, is the 33 car of Jenkins. And now Sales has moved into a qualified spot. Sales has got 6th away from Malcolm Woodward. Josh Leclerc brings the 7 to the bottom of the racetrack to take the 2nd spot away from Lavarnway as the checkered flag flies for Josh Laporte. Josh Leclerc 2nd, Josh Lavarnway 3rd, Matt Brusso 4th, and rounding out the top 5, Billy Jenkins in car. So a change over in the garage area leads to 2 Bomber qualifiers, and the first one is ready to take the green flag. Field picks it up off turn 4. Green flag is out, and look at this jump Travis Sherman gets. They're 3 wide, scrambling for the number 2 spot behind him as Sherman says goodbye. At the drop of the green flag, he had a 5-car length advantage by the time he hit turn 1. Bill Joyle Sr., 58, moves into the number 2 spot. Montroy's number 7 is right there in the bottom of the racetrack. Tyler Brissett there in the 8 ball as well. He looks to have the 4th spot picked up in the bottom. Now he'll take to the outside, and he wants to get by that 7 and 58 car. All of them trying to run down Travis Sherman, who's got the lead in the 21. Joyle running in that middle groove. Montroy in the 7, running at the bottom of the racetrack. They run side by side for the number 2 spot. Joyle sticks a nose in front on the outside, but Montroy comes right back on the bottom. Tyler Brissett has the best view of that battle. He has the 8 ball running in the number 4 spot, followed by Joe Fountain, 77. Rob Signs in the 3. Walt Parrott in the 24. And Jason Branham has got the best view. Halfway, qualifier number 1 for the Busch Bombers. And Travis Sherman is making it look easy. Had a 5-car length advantage by the time he got to turn 1 of the first lap, and he has maintained it all the way so far. There will be just 2 to go this time by. 2 to go for Travis Sherman. Brian Montroy trying to close the gap. It's down to about 3-car lengths. He has pulled away from the 58 of Bill Joyle Sr. And it's single file action up the backstretch as Tyler Brissett runs 4th, and the 77 of Joe Fountain 5th. White flag on display for the 21. They call that car the Baconator. Baconator 2, I believe that one is. He's about to be gobbled up by Brian Montroy in the 7.
I think the Baconator's been cooked.
He's coming back on the outside. Montroy's got room on the inside, though. Checkered flag is out. Stick a fork in the pig. The bacon's done. Montroy wins. Sherman has to settle for 2nd. The 58 of Bill Joyle Sr. will finish 3rd, followed by the 8 ball of Sneaky Dale O'Neill. As they pick it up, come off turn 4, they'll look for the green flag. Butch shakes his head no, puts the green flag on display. We'll see if this one stands or not. Germain leads the way in the 19, the 16 of O'Neill in the number 2 spot, but it will not stand, and they will try it one more time. Too much of a jump for the leader as they were coming off turn 4. Second Bomber qualifier lined up and ready to go. Chief starter Butch Hendry looks the field over. Here they come off turn 4. It's another big start for the 19. Germain leads them up the backstretch, and we will have another yellow flag. So John Michael Brissett starts on the inside of row 1. Sneaky Dale on the outside. Second qualifier for the Bombers. Off turn 4. Green flag is out. Brissett gets the jump and leads them into turn 2. Sneaky Dale O'Neill coming right back at him on the outside. They'll race together up the backstretch. Chad Hendry in the 60 runs 3rd. Nate Corcoran brings the 99 to the outside, but he drifted a little bit too high, and he lost a couple of car lengths to the 60 car. They remain side by side as they complete lap number 1. John Michael Brissett inside. Sneaky Dale O'Neill outside. 14 and 16 cars running up the backstretch. And now O'Neill will stick a nose in front. Brissett settles into the number 2 spot. Hendry runs third. Corcoran is fourth. Ray Germain today, it doesn't matter if I start last, I'll move back up quickly, and he's now going to challenge Corcoran for that number 4 spot. He's going to get that number 4 spot as the 99 car drifted high in turn 2. Up the backstretch, John Michael Brissett swings the 14 to the outside of the 16 as he looks to challenge for the lead as they come off turn 4. They are halfway in the second Busch Bomber qualifier. And sneaky Dale O'Neill is the commander up front. John Michael Brissett, car length behind. Then it's 3 or 4 car lengths back to Chad Hendry's 60. And the 19 of Ray Germain, the 99 of Nate Corcoran. Tom Seymour in the 70, the 71 of Matt Monahan. And the 14B of David Brissett can see them all. Again, John Michael Brissett going to make a challenge for the lead as they head up the backstretch. White flag will be coming out this time by. It's O'Neill on the bottom of the racetrack in 16 and Brissett outside in 4. Brissett sticks the nose in front at the start-finish line with 1 to go. Can O'Neill come back on the inside? It's a car length advantage now for John Michael on the outside. He'll swing it to the bottom of the racetrack now as he hits turn 3. Checkered flag coming out this time by the guy that's going to be your 2011 track champion, wins the qualifier, John Michael Brissett in the 14. Second spot to sneaky Dale O'Neill. Third spot, the 60 of Chad Hendry, followed by the 19 of Ray Germain and the 70 of Tom Seymour. Modifieds to determine our track champion. Will it be Speedy Brissett in the 03 or will it be Eric Sales in the 47? The field picks it up as they come off turn 4 and the green flag is out. 25 laps, the scheduled distance. And Josh Lavarnway from that inside starting spot leads them up the backstretch. Chris Clark driving the 41 this afternoon in the number 2 spot. Scott Richner on the outside runs third, but here comes Roger LeBounty in the 11 on the bottom of the racetrack. He would like to take that third spot away. Speedy Brissett has moved up well. He's actually gotten past Eric Sales as Matt Brusso takes the 26 back to the garage area. Up front, Josh Lavarnway is your leader. They're 3 wide coming off that 4th corner as they battle for that number 3 spot. Wasn't all that long ago that Josh Lavarnway had a hard excursion into the front stretch wall and had to be cut out of that number 13. He certainly would like to close out his season with a victory here at the Big A this afternoon as they scramble to get around the slower number 84 car of Cody Montroy. Lavarnway leads the way in the 13. Everybody's been able to get by the 84 so far. As here comes the 45 of Josh Laporte. Josh has been one of our top runners all season long. He moves through on the bottom of the racetrack. He started 7th. He's now got the 2nd spot on lap number 4. And it looks like he's going to bring Josh Leclerc in the 7 right with him as Leclerc looks to the inside of Chris Clark. Leclerc doesn't want 3rd. He wants 2nd. He's going to the inside of that 45 car right now. Josh Leclerc has 2 wins in the season. He'd like his 3rd this afternoon. Leclerc moves into 2nd. Outside, Laporte runs 3rd. Inside, Clark comes back. He'll stick a nose in front for 3rd. Laporte 4th. 5th is Speedy Brissett. 6th is the 11 of Roger LeBounty. Then it's Eric Sales in the 47 car running in 7th. And Rob, certainly early on, it looks as though that 47 car does not have the usual speed that we've seen it have all season long.
Well, he really needs to press the issue too, Rick. If that car had something, you would think Eric be really after it, trying to get it to the front. So you wonder if perhaps something isn't wrong. Remember, there was some contact in the qualifier that perhaps has put that car off a little bit.
Matt Brusso brings the 26 back into the field on the backstretch as we've got a new leader up front. Josh LeClaire. This is a team that picked up his program at the beginning of the season, and he's really been impressive the past 4 or 5 weeks. They've gotten better and better every week, and this is a youngster with a big load of talent, and he's got a good racing future ahead of him here at Airborne. Josh LeClaire in the 7 has taken the lead on lap number 7. They complete lap 8 this time by 25 laps the distance once again. It's Josh LeClaire in the 7 leading the way with Josh Laporte's 45 second and Josh Lavarnway third. There they go again. 1, 2, 3. The Josh Show is back at the Big A. Chris Clark, the 41 car, runs in the number 4 spot. Speedy Brissett is 5th. We'll give you the full field rundown. Roger LeBounty 6th. Eric Sales is 7th. Chad Collins running in the 8th spot in the 69. And it's Scott Richner in the 9th spot in the 21, followed by Justin Donor in 10th. Eric Riel is 11th in the 02. Billy Jenkins battles alongside Jamie LaFountain for the 12th and 13th spots. Malcolm Woodward is 14th. Jim Varno is 15th. Rico Hernandez is 16th. Jeff McCormick 17th. 18th is the 26th of Matt Brusso. And the 84 of Cody Montroy is 19th, and he's not going to get any higher than that as he's been asked to go back to the garage area. Or at least put it in the infield. So the top 2 cars creating a bit of a gap between the 3rd place car, but the caution flag is going to come out. 11 down, 14 to go as we're ready for a restart. LeClaire inside, Laporte outside, down to the green flag. And it will be Josh LeClaire leading them up the backstretch as they charge up for the number 4 spot, 3 wide. Look at the 69 of Chad Collins move up on the outside. Collins in the 69, Sales in the 47, trying to find a way by those cars in front of him. That's the 11 of LeBounty and the 03 of Speedy. Speedy shifts to the outside, just a little bit high. That opens up the door for LeBounty. That may cost Speedy a spot or two because Eric Sales gets by on the inside now, and it looks like he's going to bring Chad Collins with him. Speedy may want more than a track championship. He may want to win, too. He's going after it. He's not going to settle in that number 5 or 6 spot and run on the bottom of the racetrack. He's taking to the outside to try to gain ground. Those top 2 cars have pulled away once again. The 7 of Josh LeClaire, the 45 of Josh Laporte. The question is, can Josh Lavarnway hang on and complete the Josh trifecta? Chris Clark in the 41. He's been hanging around the top 5 all day long. He is 4th, but not for long. He's going to try to hang on, but Sales is right there on the bottom. There is room for Eric Sales to come through. And Eric Sales at the line will have that number 4 spot. Clark on the outside is 5th. Speedy Brissett is 6th. He's now switched back to the bottom of the racetrack. The 11 of LeBounty is off the pace and headed back to the garage area. As long as Speedy can keep Eric Sales in his sights, he's going to be the 2011 Mini Modified champion here at the Big A. But it doesn't look like any of them have got anything close to being competitive for Josh LeClaire in the 7. And Josh Laporte, who's just barely hanging on in the number 2 spot. Those 2 cars are well in front. But Josh LeClaire is just killing this one up the backstretch. He is driving away and extending his lead on every lap of the 45 of Josh Laporte, who right now looks like he's going to have to settle for that number 2 spot. As now the 47 of Sales has taken 3rd spot away from Josh Lavarnway. We've lost the trifecta. Speedy Brissett moves up to the inside, and he's going to follow through and take the 4th spot. Josh Lavarnway back to 5th. Chris Clark is 6th. 7th is Chad Collins. Justin Donor is 8th. Eric Riel is 9th. 10th is Jamie LaFountain. The 26 car is a lap down. They will come off turn 4 this time by and see the signal from Chief Starter Butch Hendry that there are 5 laps to go in the season for the Keysville Napa Mini Modifieds. 5 to go. Josh LeClaire looking at win number 3. We got trouble up in turn 3. A car going around. That was 69 car of Chad Collins. Oh, we'll see if anybody's got anything for the 7. Nobody has shown it yet. Field picks it up off turn 4, down to the green. And again, it's a good restart for Josh Leclerc. Josh Laporte going to try to switch to the bottom of the racetrack, see if there's any room. No, 7 car really corners well, especially off that second corner. Picks it up and is strong down the back stretch and opens up. He's got 3, almost 4 car lengths already. Laporte is second. Eric Sales is third in the 47, but it's not going to be enough to get him a championship, as he is followed by Brissett's 0-3. Clark settles in 5th. Of course, he's driving the 41 tonight. Had some problems with his number 77 during practice. Justin Donor driving the 23 is 6th. Eric Riel in the 02 is 7th. The King runs 8th. It has certainly been a fantastic season for the Keysville Napa Mini Modifieds here at the Big A. They have been putting on outstanding shows all season long. We've had some new winners, some first-time winners. Speedy Brissett got his first career victory a few weeks ago, and he is going to pick up his first career track championship here with us this afternoon in this division. Had great success in the Bombers. He has carried it over to the Keysville Napa Mini Modifieds. 2 to go this time by for Josh Leclerc. Lead is now 8 car lengths. The battle is strictly for that number 2 spot. Laporte 45, Sales 47. Speedy just watching those 2 go at it. He's more than content to finish in that number 4 spot, because it's going to be him a big trophy come November. White flag coming out for the 7 of Josh Leclerc. 1 to go. Right now, the biggest battle for position is for that number 5 spot. Currently being held down by the 41 of Chris Clark. Justin Donor would like to get it, and he's going to have a couple of corners to negotiate it. Checkered flag in the air. It's win number 3 for Plattsburgh's Josh Leclerc. Second spot will go to Josh Laporte. Eric Sales finishes 3rd. Speedy gets 4th. 5th to Chris Clark in your 2011 Airborne Speedway. King of the Mini Modifieds is Peru, New York, Speedy Brissett. The Ernie's Discount Tools sponsored car number 7 for the youngster from Plattsburgh. Josh Leclerc wins closing day for the Keysville Napa Mini Modifieds. Josh Laporte is out of the 45. Had a nice round of applause for Josh. He will finish 2nd this afternoon. And Eric Sales about ready to get out of his number 47 car. He will have to settle for the number 2 spot in the track points, but he will finish 3rd here to wrap up the 2011 season. There is the 7 car for Josh Leclerc. He brings
Probably like the season to keep on going as fast as his car's been the last couple of weeks. Josh climbs out. Give a nice round of applause, everybody, as Josh wins again. His 3rd win. And talk about a convincing win, man. You were going away. I just said you probably don't want the season to come to an end because your car's been so fast, especially the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, we finally got used to the car. You know, we got used to the tire pressures, the way the stagger's got to be and everything. We finally got the car hooked up, and too bad it's this late in the season. I wish we could have had it this good in the beginning, but can't complain. You know, 3 wins, it's the most I've got in a year, and that's awesome.
As you evaluate the end of this season, looking forward to next year already, is it another mini modified season for you coming up next year?
Right now we haven't decided. We're in between a mini mod and a Renegade, but either way, it'll still be fun.
Well, you've had a fine season. Great way to finish it off with 2 back-to-back wins, 3 on the season. Nice job.
Thank you very much. I'd like to thank my sponsors, Ernie's Discount Tools, Mountain Valley Integrated Solutions, Coyote Fireworks, and Lorman's. Thank you.
All right, Josh Leclerc, 3 victories on the season. Nice job by Josh Leclerc.
final event for the Bombers for 2011. Lining them up off turn 4. They stand on it and head to the green flag. Bill Joyle Sr. in the 58 leads them into turn 1. Here comes Tyler Brissett looking for room on the inside in the 8. Right there outside, Brian Montroy in the 7. They're going to run just like they started up the backstretch, side by side now into turn 3. Joyle leads the way. Brissett trying to come through on the bottom and take that third spot away now. 3 wide action down the front stretch. Sneaky Dale in the number 4 spot in the 16. Ray Germain tries to move up outside. Good group of cars headed into turn 3, battling for that number 1 spot. I was not going to say gaggle. Rob's favorite word is gaggle. I was not going to use it. Joyle leads the way outside. Montroy, he's now on the bottom of the racetrack, trying to find a way by in the 7 car. As Brissett outside in the 8 ball. Sneaky Dale inside, trying to move up. They battle for the number 3 spot. Ray Germain outside. JMB in the 14. They run together for the number 5 spot. Travis Sherman is looking for a partner to dance with. He's running in a row by himself. And he is running in 7th. Brian Montroy in the 7, looking for his first career victory here in the Busch Bombers. He's now got the lead. He drops Joyle back to the number 2 spot in the 58 car. Sneaky Dale outside, takes 3rd spot. Tyler Brissett does a nice job to hang on to the 8 ball as he got a little bit sideways coming off the corner. Ray Germain outside is 5th. John Michael Brissett, that's JMB. He runs in the number 6 spot on the bottom of the racetrack. Travis Sherman is 7th. Joe Fountain is 8th. Chad Hendry is 9th. Rob Sines runs in the 10th spot. Nate Corcoran is 11th. Walt Parrott is 12th. 13th spot is Jason Branham. 14th spot is the 70 of Tom Seymour. And David Brissett once again can see them all. Montroy is starting to pull away from this field. This is the strongest run we've seen from the 7 car all season long, as he is building up a commanding lead as they head up the backstretch. Bill Joyle Sr., a strong run up front in the 58 car, runs in the number 2 spot. He is followed by Sneaky Dale O'Neill, a guy that has really improved as the season has gone on. He's been a threat to win each and every week, and he's sort of snuck up on everybody.
He has finished 3rd the last 3 weeks. And had he started the year, he didn't start right at the beginning of the season. He's 8th in the point standings. He certainly would be in the top 5 had his car been ready week number 1.
Now, he's from Moores. Is he another one of your former Northeastern students?
He is a former student. If I ever had to interview him in Victory Lane, it was tough to get him to say anything in class. It might be a difficult interview in Victory Lane.
I wouldn't want to talk to you either. Right now, he wants to get by Bill Joyle to see if he can try and run down Brian Montroy. Because right now, Brian Montroy is making a stinker out of this one. It's strictly a battle for the number 2 spot. And that's another number 7 car up front. Maybe the 7s will do good tomorrow as well. Sneaky Dale on the inside. Looks like they may have been exchanging a little paint with the 58
Oh, there's no doubt. The 58, look at that. I mean, almost pushing him down into the infield.
That's the last race of the season. The gloves are off.
Gloves are off. He's all over the place. I mean, what more? What's he want the 16 to do? Get out of the way? He's all over.
Now the 58 is being told in the race scan to pick a line.
Well, the line he had the previous lap was to try to push the 16 down to the infield on the backstretch.
We need the piggy flag. Dale, Sneaky Dale's, he's got plenty of time to try and move up and get that 2nd spot back. Maybe at least he'll get 3rd and they can talk about it in Victory Lane. That would be a good interview. We'll film that one. Right now it's Tyler Brissett who has that number 3 spot as the Busch Bombers are halfway. 25 laps is the distance for the Bombers this afternoon to wrap up their 2011 season here at the Big A. Still 2 more events to come. The endurance race on the 18th of September. And the American Canadian Tour will be here for the Fall Foliage 200 on October the 8th. That's a Saturday afternoon.
I don't think I'm going to make that one, Rick.
Where are you going to be?
We bought Bruins tickets.
I know you'll definitely will not make that then. So Brian Montroy with just about a full backstretch advantage in the number 7 car. We've seen a lot of feature events from these Busch Bombers, and this has been one that has been the most dominant performance we've seen this year. Nobody has won by this big a margin. He may not yet as the yellow flag comes out. The 70 car of Tom Seymour went for a spin up at the 14 down, 11 remain in the final event of the 2011 season for the Bombers. Brian Montroy had a backstretch advantage. It's all wiped away, and we'll see if Joel Brissett or possibly Sneaky Dale have anything for him. Doesn't look at it quite yet. Montroy pulling away up the backstretch once again, as there's about a gap of maybe 2 or 3 car lengths back to a 6-car battle for that second spot. Joel hanging on right now, but he's got Tyler Brissett there in the 8. Sneaky Dale outside in the 16. That's one thing the 58 can't do. He can't cover the inside and the outside because he's got a challenge coming from both ways. And he's got the track champion JMB in the 14 running in the number 5 spot. And a fast Ray Germain in that 19 car as well. Ray has been strong the last second half of the season here at the Big A. So Montroy pulls away once again, and it certainly looks like it's going to be a battle for the second spot the rest of the way. He's going to complete lap 17 this time by. There will be 8 laps remaining. And the question is, can Bill Joyle hang on to that number 2 spot, or will somebody be able to get by? Got a couple cars headed up toward the wall, and the caution flag is out. The 13 of Branham was involved, the driver. Slow pace set by the leaders this time. Joyle outside, Montroy on the inside. Green flag in the air. And we are back to racing. And look at this start. How about that? That slow pace worked to the advantage of Bill Joyle Sr., who gets the lead. Montroy back to second. John Michael Brissett up to third. Sneaky Dale is fourth. Ray Germain hanging on to that 19 as he had a wobble or two coming off the third turn. Now, we'll see how Brian Montroy figures a way by the 58 car of Joyle.
Well, he's starting to make the plan right now.
Joyle running in that middle groove. There's room on the bottom of the racetrack, and here comes Montroy to take that room and take the lead back. Another Ernie's Discount Tools sponsored car. It's Ernie's day at the Big A.
Ernie leads the way in discount tools and in the mini modifieds and bombers.
Brian Montroy, 5 to go from his first career victory. Joyle second, JMB third. He's your track champion for 2011. Sneaky Dale is fourth. He's had a good fight going on with the 8 car of Tyler Brissett. That's another car that has really improved as the season went on. Tyler has done a nice job. First year of racing. He's been right around the top 5 all year long. Never got the first win, but I'm sure it's not all that far away as we progress into the 2012 season and Tyler continues his racing career. Certainly has shown great improvement from the start of the season. Up front, Brian Montroy. As the laps continue to count down, there are 3 to go, and after that brief bobble on the restart, he is pulled away once again. John Michael Brissett trying to find that same way by that Montroy used to get by Joyle. Stick right there. The 58 car drifts a little bit high as he comes off the 4th corner. But Brissett follows him through, and he drifted a little bit high as well, so he'll have to settle for 3rd spot right now. 2 laps remain. There's trouble on Sneaky Dale's 16, and he's just going to take it to the infield. White flag coming out for Beekmantown, New York's Brian Montroy. Half-mile away from his first career win. Bill Joyle is second. Tyler Brissett has moved the 8 car through on the inside of John Michael Brissett. Looks like Tyler will take 3rd. Checkered flag in the air. Brian Montroy is your winner. Bill Joyle second. Tyler Brissett gets 3rd. John Michael Brissett 4th. And Ray Germain rounds out the top 5 in car number 19. He will finish always great to celebrate a victory here at the Big A, and when you do it on the final weekend of the season, it certainly gives you things to look forward to going into the 2012 season. Not a better way to end the year with a victory here at the Airborne Speedway. Rob is headed down trackside. We'll throw it down there in just a moment. How about a nice round of applause for Tyler Brissett? He finishes third this evening in the 8-ball. And Bill Joyle Sr. is out of the 58. How about a nice round of applause for Bill? He will finish second. We're going to honor the track champions tomorrow during the post parade, so you will see John Michael Brissett in the 14 as well as Speedy Brissett in his Keysville Napa Mini Modified number 3. They will both.
Track's open till 5. All right. All right, good.
All right, Rob has made his way down to victory lane, awaiting the driver of the car, number 7, Brian Montroy, to hop out. Let's go downstairs. Rob, take it away.
All right, Rick. Brian's climbing out of his car. He gets his first career victory in the Bush Bomber division. All right, Brian, congratulations. Tell me about the last restart. It seemed as though maybe you were just either a little delayed in getting on the gas. What happened on the last restart?
Not really sure. I just went.
Well, the car was a little slow, and you fell back to second, but then once you got on it again, you were able to chase down the leader and get back to the lead.
Not really sure. He got me, but I got him back.
Well, it's always good to get a first career victory, and this is it for you. Congratulations.
Thanks.
All right, so Brian Montroy gets his first career win in the Bush Bomber division. Congratulations as well to John Michael Brissett, who takes.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
That's a driver from our versatile trailer sales Renegade division.
Crate and qualifier. Joe Williams on the inside, Thunder Anderson on the outside. Off turn 4, down to the green flag. Williams gets a good jump on the inside. He's going to lead the pack into turn 2 and up the backstretch. Anderson trying to come back out on the outside. He will try to move into the number 2 spot. Right there in the bottom of the racetrack is Travis Bruno in the 0. Those 3 cars will lead him off turn 4 to complete lap number 1. Joe Williams from Schenectady has the point. Anderson second. Battle starts to heat up for the number 3 spot. As now Travis Bruno in the bottom of the racetrack brings that 0 through. He'll look to take that second spot away from Anderson. Mueller right there in the 19 as well. He currently runs 4th, but he now looks to the inside of Anderson. Ronnie Proctor in the 27 has taken the 5th spot as we've got Fred Proctor spinning in the infield to bring out our first caution of the afternoon. Ready for a restart. Williams on the inside and Bruno on the outside. They start to pick it up as they come off turn 4. We are back to green. Good start on the outside for Travis Bruno in the 0. Bruno's flying up on the outside, and he is going to take the lead. Bruno driving the Craig Ormsby car has the point. Williams is back to second. Travis, a regular competitor in our Sportsman division in car number 33, is running strong up front in the Ormsby Modified. He is pulling away from this field. Williams is back to second. Here comes Ron Proctor on the inside. He wants to take the 3rd spot away, and he will take 3rd. Drops Mueller back into the number 4 spot. Mueller's going to try to look to the outside now, as Proctor keeps that 27 car on the bottom of the racetrack, and he will battle right alongside Joe Williams for the number 2 spot. 3 wide move by Mueller on the inside. Can they make it work? No. Contact between Mueller and Proctor, and a nice job by Ronnie hanging on to it. Not enough room for 3 wide coming off that corner. Contact, but a great save by Ronnie Proctor. Up front, it's the Travis Bruno show. He is driving away from Joe Williams. It's strictly a battle for the number 2 spot. 2 laps to go for Travis Bruno, as we've got a 4-car gaggle for that 2nd spot. Williams in the 19, Proctor in the 27, Mueller in the 19, and Hunter Bates has joined the fray. Bates looks to the inside of Mueller. He wants to take 4th. White flag is out. Up the backstretch, the final time. The Ormsby Realty number 0 of Travis Bruno, winning it and winning it easy. Off turn 4, checkered flag is out. Travis Bruno wins it. 2nd spot goes to the 19 of Joe Williams. Ronnie Proctor gets 3rd. 4th spot will go to the 9 of Hunter Bates. And the 19 of Jesse Mueller will round out the top 5. Tempers after that one, but nonetheless, the win goes to the 0 of Travis Bruno.
I've heard some different versions and stories about some knockdown dragouts that have taken place at times this year in either Devil's Bowl or at Albany, Saratoga. Leading him into turn number 4 down the front stretch, Chief starter Butch Henry says green flag. Cairns on the inside, Bordeaux is on the outside. There he goes to the lead. Joe Warren in the 13 looking for his first win of the year. He is the 5th place point man, the only guy in the top 5 in points that has not picked up a victory, and Warren's in a great spot to try to do that this afternoon. 3 wide along the front stretch. The meat and the sandwich is Mark Cairn in the 5 car. The 69 of Franklin's on the inside. The H2O of Rob Gordon works the top of the racetrack. 6-time winner, that H2O. Kevin Booton in the 25, the 2011 Airborne Speedway Renegade track champion. He's taken the green flag, and he has won the track title. Leading out front is the 13 of Joe Warren as he flies off of turn number 2 to the inside of Andrew Bordeaux. Bordeaux tries to come back after him on the outside, but it's Warren still leading going to turns 3 and 4. Side-by-side racing for the lead as well as for 3rd. 2 Milton drivers, the 69 of Franklin and the H2O of Robert Gordon, working to the front. So is Lance Rabtoy in car number 11. Last week's winner, Lonnie Rivers, in car 357, also moving towards the front of the field. Joe Warren's lead is 3 car lengths. He's cleared the Bordeaux 08. Don Franklin in the 69 will move to that same line that Warren used to get to the top spot. He'll go to 2nd. Bordeaux sliding backwards now to 3rd. And by the time he gets to the backstretch, he'll probably be in 4th as Robert Gordon's H2O moves through on the inside. He'll take 3rd. 4th is now the 08 of Bordeaux. 5th is Lance Rabtoy. Rabtoy doing double duty today as there's a yellow flag with cars spinning over in turns 1 and 2. The 51 of Freeman Sawyer, the 17 of James. Laps complete. 21 laps remain for the versatile trailer sales Renegades. Here they come through turn number 4. Green flag. They were leaning on each other coming along the front stretch. Warren on the inside, Franklin on the outside. Again, right next to each other off of turn number 2. You can see the top kick in for Don Franklin. He gets the nose out in front going to 3. Now Warren comes back after him on the inside. Seesaw racing for the lead. The 13 of Joe Warren, the 69 of Don Franklin. Franklin gets a good run on the top. He's got the lead at the line. Don Franklin at car number 69 had the lead. Joe Warren trying to come back on the inside. Pushes up the track in turn number 2. Franklin tries to get away. The 13 of Warren still there, though, on the inside. Franklin can't clear him just yet. Right behind them, it's the H2O of Robert Gordon, waiting to see how the battle for the lead unfolds. He's going to the top of the racetrack. Car off in turn number 4. That is the 9 of Robin Cummings. First time out for that number 9 car. That's the car that Robin Cummings. All right, ready to run again. Roles are reversed. Let's see how it plays out. Franklin's on the inside. Warren's on the outside. Green flag. Good restart for Joe Warren, hanging right with him. And now going to the top off of turn number 2. Let's see if Big Daddy can make it work down on the inside. Warren was not able to do it on the previous restart, and he's doing a pretty good job on the inside line. Don Franklin's got that Subway Amerigas 69 running strong on the inside, and he at the stripe is just about dead even. might have been the 13 by inches. The yellow flag is out. It's the 9 spinning over in turn number. Franklin in the 69, the 13 of Joe Warren. Here they come off of turn number 4. Green flag. Franklin drove wide that time off 4. Joe Warren want to go right to the top of the wall along the front stretch. Into 1 and 2. Warren to the top of turn 2, down the backstretch, starts to move away going to turn number 3. But again, Franklin right with him on the inside, trying to draw back even into turn number 4. They'll race down the front stretch again, going right up to the wall. And at the line, it is Joe Warren leading. The Freihofer 13 of Joe Warren leading the pack. The 69 of Franklin running right behind him, now falling back a little bit. Warren can complete the pass and run whatever line he'd like. Third is the H2O of Robert Gordon. The 08 of Andrew Bordeaux runs in the 4th spot. Lonnie Rivers and Lance Raptoy have been side by side for much of the race, and now it's Rivers who's got an inside line. He's going to try to get to the inside of the 08, take a position away. Lance Raptoy just in front of the 22 was able to get to the inside, and he's going after the 5th spot. Oh, look out, the 08. He gets a big part of the bunker. He's going to go from 5th place all the way back to just about dead last, back to about 18th now. The 2 of Metal Man is off the pace as the field comes flying towards turn number 1. He goes to the top of the wall, and he'll limp back to the garage area. Joe Warren leads by a car length. Don Franklin running about that car length off of his back bumper. Then it's 2 car lengths back to the H2O of Robert Gordon. Running in 4th, it is the 357 of Lonnie Rivers. Then it is car number 11, Lance Raptoy in 5th. Rob Favreau, who has been a strong runner all season long with that number 22, is in the 6th spot. Renegade track champion Kevin Booten in car number 25 runs in the 7th position. Booten has 3 wins this season on his way to another track title. We mentioned Gordon with the H2O, a 6-time winner. Lance Raptoy, who is running 5th at car number 11, he has 1 win. Josh Terry in the number 43, he has a victory this season. Rob Favreau's 22 has won once. Rick Donor's number 86 has a victory. The number 70 of Jason McClatchy picked up a win. And Lonnie Rivers joined the winners group last week with his car number 357. Joe Warren in the 13, still a car length, and he's not getting any separation from Don Franklin's number 69. They'll be dealing with the slower car, the number 9 of Cummings. He'll stay down on the inside line as the field tries to work around him. Now he runs a middle line off of turn number 2. Lonnie Rivers said, you want to go there, I'll go inside. Lance Raptoy is going to follow him as now Cummings needs to stay near the top of the racetrack with the faster cars coming through on the inside. Actually, Kevin Booten's going to get a spot. Booten was able to parlay that into a position, getting a spot away from Rob Favreau, who may lose another because Josh Terry's after him in car number 43. 14 laps complete. Lap number 15 about to go up on the board. 10 laps remain for Joe Warren. We'll set the field with 10 to go. Warren leads. Don Franklin is 2nd. 3rd is Robert Gordon. 4th is Lonnie Rivers. 5th is Lance Raptoy. 6th is Kevin Booten. 7th is Rob Favreau. 8th is Josh Terry. 9th is Jason McClatchy. 10th is Rick Donor in car number 86. 11th is Mark Karen in the 5. 12th is Josh Allen. 13th in car 3 is Dave Drake. 14th in the 08 is Andrew Bordeaux. 15th is Billy Joyle in car 57. 16th is James Sayward in the 17. 17th is the 51 of Freeman Sawyer. And then it's the 02 of John Bradley and the 9 of Cummings. Don Franklin trying to get on that back bumper of car number 13 of Joe Warren, but he has not been able to get to him. Warren has not made a mistake with that number 13 car. The 69 would be in a position to take advantage if the 13 bobbled, but he has not bobbled. He's been steady with the line all around the racetrack, and his lead is a car length. And that's what it's been since just about the time he took the lead. They'll put a lap on John Bradley driving the 02 today. The gap closing a little bit now into 3 and 4. Joe Warren works the inside of the turns and then takes it right up to the wall off of turn number 4. Working his own line, maintaining that 1 car length advantage down to a half car length last time at the start-finish line. Rob Gordon's H2O is 5 car lengths off the back of Franklin's 69. Then it's a car length and a half to Lonnie Rivers. The battle on for 5th between 2 Fairfax, Vermont drivers, Kevin Booten's number 25 and the 11 of Lance Raptoy running side by side for the 5th position. 5 laps to go for leader Joe Warren, looking for his first win of the season. If he were to pick up the victory, he would become the 9th different winner in this division in 16 events. Warren's lead was 2 car lengths that time at the start-finish line. Robert Gordon in the H2O continues to hold down the 3rd spot, working a higher line. Lonnie Rivers trying the inside, trying to get position in the turns, but Gordon always powers off the top of the track and drives away from the 7. It looks like in that spot, Lonnie is about to challenge for the position, but that's where Gordon seems to get away, running towards the top of the turn and getting off the turn with power, and that's where he pulls away from Lonnie. Leader Joe Warren has the inside line this time underneath the 9. That's the line that he really didn't want to run because he's been going up towards the top of the wall off turn number 4, but actually, after working past the number 9, Warren's lead went from a car length now to about 4 or 5. Joe Warren sitting pretty as he comes to take the white flag. 1 lap to go for Joe Warren. Don Franklin in car number 69 is a good 4 car lengths behind off turn number 2, and unless Warren makes a disastrous mistake, he is going to become our 9th different winner, and he'll get his first victory of the season. Here he comes, Joe Warren, and the Freihofer 13 wins it. Don Franklin 2nd, Robert Gordon 3rd, Lonnie Rivers 4th, Kevin Booten 5th, Lance Raptoy 6th, 7th, Rob Favreau 8th, Josh Terry 9th, Jason McClatchy 10th to Rick Donor, 11th, Mark Karen, 12th to Josh Allen, 13th Andrew Bordeaux, 14th to Dave Drake, 15th Bill Joyle, 16th James Sayward, 17th.
Winning his title, Kevin Booten, car number 25. Once Victory Lane ceremonies have been completed, we will give you the first list of 10 names of folks that have won NASCAR tickets for a couple of weeks at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway, courtesy of MoveThatBlock.com. Robert Gordon is out of the H2O. How of a nice round.
All right, Rick, Joe Warren in car number 13 gets the victory this afternoon. His first of the season. As we mentioned, he becomes the 9th different driver in the division to take home a checkered flag. We'll talk with Joe in just a second. We'll also talk with the track champion for 2011. He's now a 2-time track champ, back-to-back championships for Kevin Booten. But here's Joe Warren. Everybody give him a nice round of applause climbing out of his car. Joe's from West Jay-Z. He gets the victory, waited all season long to get this win. Gets high fives and congratulations from his friends and crew. Well, Joe, on the last restart, he had a long green flag run at the end of that race, but on the last restart, you were on the outside. The restart before that, you were down on the inside. We talked about how in this division, the top of the track really seems to be the place, and that's where you were able to get the lead back and ultimately the win from Donnie.
Yeah, it was pretty loose on the bottom. It wasn't sticking like it was in practice. And when I got to the outside and I got that run in the corner, I knew if I could stay out to the outside, I was going to get around him. But Don was pulling pretty hard. He had a good race car, but I think I had a little bit better today. It's about time, though.
You have been pretty consistent through the year. You've been in the top 5 in points just about through the season. But as good as your car is, and on a regular basis, if you're here on a regular basis at Airborne, you know this 13's always running in the top 10. Here you are getting your first victory, and it really speaks to the level of competition in the Renegade class. You got to be on your game to win.
Yeah, it's a pretty tight division from first to at least 15th because everybody's even. I mean, everybody's just as good. So when you get stuck in the back, I mean, you're racing with somebody just as good, if not better than you are. So you got your work cut out for you. If you can start out towards the front and get that clean air, that's the way to go. That's how you do this right here.
You are the 9th different winner in the division in 2011. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'd like to thank all my sponsors, Troy and Eric from Freihoffers. I couldn't do this without you guys. All my sponsors. My dad, Steve Pine, the biggest. He makes his car go every week. And there was a stretch where I didn't have him here, but I had him on the phone pretty steady, getting his car dialed in. So anybody that helps me out, I got to thank them. I can't thank anybody enough that helped me.
Way to go, Joe.
Thank you very much.
All right, that's Joe Warren, everybody. He wins today. Don Franklin with a fine job driving to Sept from Fairfax, Vermont. Here's Kevin Booten, everybody. Give him a nice round of applause. Kevin repeats in a division that is so tough. We just talking with Joe. 9 drivers have won in this division this year. It's a real division of parity. And for you to win back-to-back track championships, and Lonnie Rivers did this just a few years ago as well, and I remember saying the same thing to him. It's a real feather in your cap, as well as the folks that help you out, that you can win 2 championships in this division because racing is so close.
Yeah, this is a great division. There's a lot of respect in this division. I got to thank all the guys that I raced with for a great season. Our goal this year was to have fun and collect some trophies, and with that came the points. It's definitely, we're ecstatic. I can't thank the crew enough, the sponsors, Quality Cuts, Custom Sawing, Yipes, Auto Accessories, Champlain Transmission, everybody that helped out, Direct Auto Body, my wife for putting up with me like I always say. She's real tough. She hangs in there for me so I can win these championships. So.
And had a child in mid-season.
Yeah, we added one more thing to do, so.
And again, back-to-back track championships, and we talk about all the people that help you out. And I know Lance Raptoy's right next door, and I always see the same folks that are with you. It really is a crew effort. It's a family effort as well. And you said something very important. All these racers recognize that if there isn't family support, and you don't get through this.
Yeah, the family support is huge, and racing, you end up with a family out of the racing. We met the Raptoys obviously through racing. They're great friends and great family. We have a blast with them. We had a great weekend with camping and everything, and I just can't say enough good things about the track and all the fans. You guys are great. Thank you very much.
Nice job, Kev.
Thank you.
All right, Kevin Booten, 2-time track champion in the Versatile Trailer Sales Renegade division.
On point, turning the fast time. Oh, he likes the top of the racetrack. I would bet it won't take long for him to get there. Slow pace into 4, now on the hammer. Here they come. Qualifier number 1, Ernie's Discount Tools, Dirt Car Modifieds, green flag. Martinois hustles away off into turn number 2. Now he'll drift it up. He'll lead by 2 to 3 car lengths going to turn number 3. Aaron Bartamy trying to hang with him. And it's the 97 of Ernold, who finished second last week, his best finish of the season. With the Alternative Systems number 97 running in third. Pat McGrail's Budweiser number 10 runs in the 4th spot. Remember, Bertium in that 1's got a big block underneath. He is sitting in the 5th position with the 1. There goes Kevin Kezar's 28. He plows into one of the inside retaining tires over in turn number 2, and that will bring out a yellow flag. Qualifier number 1 lap complete. Here comes the field into turn number 4 along the front stretch. Green flag. 10 laps the distance, and just like the original start, Martin pulls away. Look at Pat McGrail go. He's going to get a spot away from Chris Vernold. The 97 loses a position to the 10 of Pat McGrail, and now the 1 of Bertium eyeing the same move to the outside. Bertium dives down to the inside as Vernold came up the racetrack. Bertium now again looking to the inside, going to turn number 1, gets a piece of the 97 as that number 1 machine kicked out over in turn number 1. Bertium, I don't think, is very happy with Vernold right now. Vernold trying to work a line. He's all over the track, and Bertium's trying to find a way around. Martinois and the number 90 leading. The B3 of Bartamy runs second. Third is McGrail. Fourth is the 97 of Vernold. Here comes the 1 of Bertium after him. They'll run wheel to wheel into turn number 3. Now Bertium with that inside line. He's got room, and he's coming through. Pierre Bertium goes to 4th. Chris Vernold, who appears to be fighting an ill-handling machine, runs in the 5th spot. Vince Quinville now chasing him down. Quinville running in the 6th spot. 7th, Kezar in the 28th. Then the 55 of Woodruff, the 27 of Grady. And Salisbury's 13 is shotgun halfway in the first qualifier. Martinois checking out. Chris Vernold, 97, who was really running strong last Saturday night, sliding backwards through the field as the 78 of Vince Quinville has taken 5th away, and Vernold's now back to 6th. Oh, he's not about to give up the fight for that 5th spot. Almost made a move coming back after the 78 over in turn number 4, but couldn't quite get there. Both the 78 and 97 light him up off of turn number 2. And see Quinville pick up that left front tire. Oh, the 97 gets a piece of him. Going to turn number 3. Vince Quinville goes around, and that's going to bring out a yellow flag. 7 laps complete, 3 laps remain. Martinois single file restart. Here they come off of turn number 4. Green flag. Bertium sizing up the 10 of Pat McGrail. Looks to the top, now looks down to the inside. Look at the power of the big block kick in down to backstretch going to turn number 3. And Bertium takes it away on the inside. 10 of McGrail trying to come back after him down low. Can't get there. 2 laps remain. Now the disadvantage is when you have that much power, you can also use up the tires pretty darn quick. The 97 of Vernolds in trouble. He goes to the top of turn number 2. He's going to lose 2 or 3 spots. Chris Vernold, as we mentioned earlier, finished second back on September the 3rd, our final point counting event, but he is fighting it. Martinois, final time around in this qualifier, he's going to win going away. You start the 90 on the point, and it tends to be a bit of a cakewalk in a qualifier, and that's what exactly happened for Martinois. Second goes to Aaron Bartamy, third to Pierre Berthiaume, fourth to Pat McGrail, fifth to Kevin Kezar, sixth to the 55 of Matt Woodruff. Then it's Cam Grady, Chris Foods Farm Equipment, Bigor Supply, number 18 from Morris Forks, it's Chris K.A. Shotgun on the field with a Plattsburgh Radiator 0-2 from West Shazy, it is Mike Riel. 9 machines ready to run, 10 laps to distance. Qualifier number 2 takes the green flag. Keith Flack in the 43 tries to let go and sail away off turn number 2. George Foley's running with him though in the 34. You've got 4 fast cars. Any one of these drivers could win that 100-lap feature event later on this afternoon, and keep an eye on Brett Hearn in the X. His times are in the 16.5-second bracket range. And over the long haul, not only do you have to have speed, but you've got to have a strategy that's going to preserve tires. And that could be one of the bigger stories in the 100-lap feature later on this afternoon. Who is not abusing their stuff? You got to take care of your equipment. And if you can do that, still have something in the final laps down the stretch. And we have seen teams in the dirt car modified division abuse the right rear tire in particular. And by the time 50 laps hit the board, their car is starting to go away and they're sliding back through the field. A 43 on the prowl, Keith Flack out of Ravenna, New York. Of course, back when the 358s were running at Albany, Saratoga in 2010, Flack was a regular runner on the asphalt with the modified, and he's got a lot of experience. He's run a number of times here at Airborne as well with the Flack Crane number 43. He was fast yesterday, almost right off the hauler, and he's been fast this morning, and his times were really quick as well, as we got problems up in turn number 4 for Andy Haywood with the Gaosa Wine and Spirits number 80. Keith Flack in the 43 to set the pace. Slow pace into 4. Now he's on it. Here they come along the front stretch. Green flag is out. George Foley, a car length off the back, going off into turns 1 and 2. Flack sails away off the second turn. Foley back to 2 car lengths. It's 2 car lengths back to Pac Dupree, who's feeling some heat from Todd Stone. Stone had a peek down to the inside, but could not close the deal, and Dupree will hang on to third with Stone 2 car lengths behind in the 4th spot. Leon Gagne running in position number 5. Hearn in the X car running in the 6th position. That car for Adam Bartamy last week in the 50-lapper, I believe, passed the greatest number of cars in the 50-lap feature event. So it's a decent car, but it's one that he's going to have to hope stays consistent throughout the 100-lap feature event race, because I think there's some faster cars in front. But again, you have to worry about tire wear, and those fast cars sometimes abuse the tires, use them up, and the fast cars become slower cars as we hit about lap 50 and 75 forward. But Keith Flack's been flying. As we talked about yesterday, as soon as they took this car out of the hauler, it was fast. It's been fast all day as well this afternoon with that number 43. And his lead is half the front stretch. Keith Flack flying away from George Foley, and he just turned a 16.057. That's the fastest lap of the day in the modified division, and he's going to win this second qualifier. George Foley second, Pat Dupree third, Todd Stone fourth, Leon Gagne fifth, Brett Hearn sixth, seventh goes to Chris Gaye in eighth. Cars ready to run qualifier number 3. Third and final qualifier of the afternoon for the Ernie's Discount Tools Dirt Car Modifieds. Here they come off turn number 4, green flag. Gardner Stone skips the wheel of Michael Lebreche as Lebreche's car did not come to power on the start. Lebreche will limp back to the garage area. Stone's X1 slow in turn number 2, and that's going to bring out a yellow flag. The 99 did not come to distance. Qualifier number 3, Parati's in the 35, Hebert in the 25. Here they come down the front stretch, green flag. Parati in the 35, bobbles on the inside of turn number 2, but drives away down the backstretch. He'll open up 3 to 4 car lengths over Martin Hebert. The 100 of Roger Labreche, and then the number 1 of Greg Atkins running the 3rd and 4th spot. And it's Andy Lindemann in 3, Jim McCombs in car number 5. Gardner Stone seems to be running pretty well with the X1, so that contact with Labreche's car, whoa, just as I say that, he goes flying off the top of turn number 2. The X1 of Gardner Stone was at 1 lap complete, 7 cars still out on the track. Slow pace into turn number 4, again on the hammer, and the green flag is out. Parati flies off into turn 1 and 2. Martin Hebert tries to hang with him. And similar to the first lap, Parati sails away, leading by 3 or 4 car lengths going to turns 3 and 4. Martin Hebert came back after him on the inside, but had to get on the binders. And he ends up falling behind again by 3 to 4 car lengths. Andy Lindemann looking to make a move on Roger Labreche. Labreche powers away off turn number 2. Lindemann could not get to the inside position. So it's Parati leading, Martin Hebert second. Greg Atkins lifting that left front tire right up the racing surface, right off the surface in the 1 New York. Sits in 3rd. Labreche in the number 100 is 4th. Lindemann 5th in the 3. Jim McComb in car number 5 is in the 6th spot, and then it is that 3:27 for Dan Brown. Mike Parati's advantage is some 10 car lengths, and it's growing down the backstretch into 3 and 4. You can see the power of that big block kick in on the front and backstretch. That's where he pulls away. Hebert seems to cut into it a little bit in the turns, but can't hang with him along the front and backstretch. Lap number 5 up on the board. Lap number 6 about to go on the board as the field is all strung out. There's 2 to 3 car lengths separating everybody on the track. At least 2 to 3 car lengths around the racetrack separating every car. So it is Parati, Martin Hebert, the 1 of Atkins, the 100 of Labreche 4th, Lindemann 5th with the 3, McComb still 6th, and Dan Brown in the 7th spot. And you look at where these cars started this qualifier, I think we've had one car pick up a spot. Atkins started 4th, and he's now running in the 3rd spot. That's one of the few position changes that we've had since the drop of the green flag. White flag out. Mike Parati leading by half the front stretch. Martin Hebert still in that 2nd spot. He's not feeling any heat from Greg Atkins. And your winner's coming off of turn number 4. It's an easy win for Mike Parati in the Adirondack Auto number 35. 2nd goes to Martin Hebert. 3rd to Greg Atkins. 4th to Roger Labreche. 5th to Andy Lindemann. Jim McComb 6th. Dan Brown here this afternoon. Wood the 61. Branham's in the number 20. Those two cars, 11 wins between them. Green flag is out. Headed towards 25 laps. Casey St. Clair in car number 56 ran very strong yesterday afternoon in his qualifier. Starting down on that inside line, Keith Pelkey not letting him get to the top of the racetrack because he is still at his door. But as they race off turn number 4, it is St. Clair that will lead lap number 1. Pelkey draws even going to the first turn. Howard Stoner pushes with that 57. The 29 of Nick Haywood also pushed a little bit as he had to get on the binders. He saw Casey St. Clair sideways off turn number 2 as they'll run around him too wide. The 3 of Sullivan, the 57 of Stoner both work around the outside of the 56, who was loose that time off turn number 2. The leader is Keith Pelkey in the 24. Danny Sullivan runs in the 3rd spot. Howard Stoner goes outside. Jamie Begor looks underneath the 56 down the backstretch off turn number 2. They'll go 3 wide. Begor's on the inside. St. Clair in the 56 has to back out of it. The 57 of Stoner also moving towards the front. Look at Robin Wood work 3 wide. Taking it right up towards the wall off turn number 4. Robin Wood's on the move. The leader is Keith Pelkey. The 3 of Dan Sullivan still sits in the 2nd spot. 3rd is the 57 of Stoner. Here comes the 19 of Begor, sizing him up, moving down the inside, going to turn number 3. Jamie Begor in the 19 trying to grab that 3rd spot off of turn number 4. They'll race down to the start-finish line. It's the 57 of Stoner still by inches. The 24 of Pelkey leads. The 3 of Sullivan is still 2nd. The battle for 3rd. Begor on the inside trying to come through. Stoner fights back on the outside. Right behind them, it's Robin Wood in car number 61. Moving to the front as well, the 18 of Duquette. The 20 of Branham also on the move. I believe Jamie Begor had third that time at the start-finish line. Stoner in the 57, though, still putting up a good fight on the outside line. Begor trying to finish the pass, but Stoner hanging with him. Here comes Dan Sullivan looking for the lead. Danny Sullivan in car number 3, sizing up the 24 of Keith Pelkey. It's still Pelkey at the line. Sullivan sees room down on the inside, trying to come on through. Jamie Begor's moving that 19 to third, but the battle is at the front. Danny Sullivan has the nose out in front going to turns 3 and 4. Pelkey trying to fight back on the outside, but it's Sullivan coming through. Here comes Danny Sullivan in car number 3. Look at him go. He is the new race leader. Pelkey in the 24 running in the second spot. Begor closing in the 19. He wants to make it a 3-car battle for the point. Then it's the 57 of Stoner still running in fourth. Look out, Pelkey gets into the bunker. He'll lose 1 spot. Make it 2, 3, 4 as he's falling back through the field as he bobbled off of turn number 2, drifted into the bunker, and he'll lose several spots. The 20 of Bucko Branham right off the back bumper of car number 57 of Howard Stoner. Stoner in the 57 trying to hold off Branham, who is trying to get to that 4th spot. Moves to the inside. Stoner, who's been on the outside for much of this race, is going to give way off of turn number 4. It's Bucko Branham going to the 4th position. Danny Sullivan is the leader. He leads by 3 car lengths over the 19 of Jamie Begor. Then it's 2 car lengths back to the 61 of Robin Wood. Branham gets his right side tires off into the bunker. That's the car that's been moving towards the front. He's got the Express working towards the frontal line, and he is in the 4th spot, just a car length off the back bumper of car number 61 of Robin Wood. Danny Sullivan is looking for his first career victory in the Sportsman division. Branham eyed an inside move off of turn number 2, but could not make it stick on the inside as he tried to get third away from Robin Wood. Now he's trying to make that move off of turn number 4. Again, it's Robin Wood holding on to the 3rd spot. Robin Wood will be the 2011 J&S Steel Sportsman Track Champion, holding on to the title that he gained last season. So Wood in the 61, a 2-time track champ now in this division. He's got another former track champ right next to him, car number 20, Bucko Branham, trying to take third away. Danny Sullivan in the 3 is seeing his lead go away. It was 3 car lengths at one point. Now it's down to 1. Now it's down to a half. Sullivan in car number 3 leading, but Jamie Begor is closing in. The battle for third between 2 veterans in this division. Branham in the 20, Robin Wood in car number 61. They run door to door, side by side around the racetrack as we're halfway in this 25-lap feature event. Sullivan in car number 3, Begor in car number 19. Third now, Branham in car number 20. Robin Wood in the 61 fighting back for that 3rd spot. They continue to run side by side for that 3rd position. Jamie Begor trying to get onto the back bumper of the 3 of Danny Sullivan. It was at one point 3 to 4 car lengths. It closed to 1. Now it's down to a half over in turn number 2. The 3 pushing a little bit up off turn number 2, but Begor could not get to him. Branham has cleared the 61 of Robin Wood. Let's see how quickly he can close the gap on car number 19 of Jamie Begor. The 3 of Danny Sullivan leads by a car length at the line. Then it was 3 car lengths back to the 20 of Bucko Branham. And that same gap back to car number 61 of Robin Wood. Then a good distance back to Howard Stoner, who's still in the top 5 with a 57. 6th is car number 18 for Sean Duquette. 7th is Nick Haywood's 29. 8th is the 24 of Keith Pelkey. 9th is Casey St. Clair. And Fred Lagoy rounds out the top 10. 11th is Lance Raptoy in car number 21. Running in the 12th spot, it is Mike Shagnon in the 86. 13th is Jimmy Bushy. 14th, Jamie Atkins. 15th, Brad Bushy. And 16th is Brandon Atkins. The front of the field, it is still the 3 of Danny Sullivan. His lead, half a car length. Bucko Branham, 2 behind Jamie Begor. Branham trying to close in on Begor. Went real hot into 1 and 2. Comes out of the turn, still down a couple of car lengths. That was a good run off of 2 that time for Danny Sullivan because he increased the lead to about a car length and a half. Brandon Atkins has the 4 car in the infield, and is he going to keep it rolling? Hopefully so. He's got it rolling. We should stay under green. 18 laps complete. The last thing Sullivan wants to see is a yellow flag. He has been in a position earlier this year, a good position to take home the victory, and he is in that position again. It was down to a half car length. Now the lead is back to about 3 car lengths. Bucko Branham closing in on the back of Jamie Begor's car. He's a car length behind Begor for the 2nd spot. Lap number 20 about to go up on the board for Danny Sullivan, who is looking for career win number 1. 5 to go for Danny Sullivan. Begor in the 19 continues to use the inside line. Branham knows he's got to go, and he's got to go now. He looked to the top of the racetrack in turn 2. That allowed Bigor to get away to another car length advantage. The 3 of Sullivan's lead is 5 car lengths. The 19 seems to be going away. He's no longer hanging with that 3 car. As they go around the 4 of Brandon Atkins, Bucko Branham is right off of the back bumper of car number 19, now about a half car length. So if Danny Sullivan continues to drive the smooth line around the track, that lead is growing. He is well on his way to his first career victory. Again, he does not want to see a yellow flag come out. The Sportsman division, similar to the Renegades, the top line has been the fast way around for the Sportsman division for much of the season. And Sullivan is using that top line. If a restart were to occur with a yellow flag, he'd be forced to restart down on point on the inside. Bigor really fighting the handle sideways that time off turn number 4. Popsicle sticks are out, 2 laps to go. Bucko Branham pulls to the door, working on the top of the racetrack off turn number 2. Trying to get a good run, trying to vault off the second turn, down the backstretch, going to 3 and 4. Drives it deep into the corner, side by side for the second spot. That's okay with Danny Sullivan because he's got 1 lap to go. Half the front stretch was the lead for Sullivan. He's on his way to his first career victory. Down the backstretch off turn number 2. The battle is for second. Danny Sullivan leading. Takes the car into turn number 4. The race for second will come down to the line. Your winner, Danny Sullivan, first career victory. Branham second. Bigor third. Track champion Robin Wood finishes in the 4th spot. In 5th, it's Nick Haywood. 6th to the 18 of Sean Duquette. 7th to Howard Stoner. 8th to Keith Pelkey. 9th, Casey St. Clair. And in the top 10, Lance Rabtoy. Nice job by Lance. First time out in the Sportsman, and he gets a top 10.
Rob is making his way down to victory lane. He'll have a chat with Danny Sullivan as well as Robin Wood, your 2011 J&S Steel Sportsman Track Champion. Jamie Bigor finishes 3rd this afternoon. He hops out of his car. Bucko Branham gets.
Always neat, Rick, to see somebody get their first career victory in a division, and that's the case for Danny Sullivan in the 3. He's been close a couple of other times this year, but he was pulling away down the stretch this time. Wins by some almost half the front stretch as he pulled away from the battle that was going on for a second that Bucko Branham eventually ends up getting. He finishes 2nd, 3rd to Jamie Bigor. We'll get a word with Danny Sullivan, then we'll go down and talk with Robin Wood, who defends his track championship. All right, here's Danny, everybody. Give him a nice round of applause. That's his first career victory in the Sportsman division. Come on over, Dan. Come on over. All right, Danny. It looked as though around lap number 15, Jamie was closing in a little bit. It was a half car length. He was right off the back bumper, but down the stretch, your car, I don't know if it got even better for you, if maybe Jamie's car started to go away, maybe a little bit of both. 5 car lengths, then it was half the front stretch almost, and here you are in victory lane.
Well, my car just kept getting better and better each lap, and then I think Bucko and Jamie started racing, and I saw them in my mirror and never looked back, and I have to thank the 2 of them for racing hard for 2nd place and let me check out, but I really got to thank my crew. Phil Perry, Brittany Supernaut, Justin Guerin, Caitlin King, my mom and my dad, obviously Bruce Sullivan, Banker's Orchard, my sponsor, McSweeney's Red Hots, Key RD Trailer Sales, Josh Ware Blacktopping. I can't do it without anybody. And
You were almost in this position a couple of times earlier in the season, and obviously it didn't go your way in those occasions, but when it goes your way, finally, it has to be a big monkey off the back and very gratifying. You're a young guy, and here you are getting a checkered flag racing against some of these established veterans in the division. It has to feel really good.
oh, it feels great. And my crew chief today before the feature said he's given me a car that could win 4 races this year, and I didn't win any of them until now. So
he put a little heat on you.
Oh, yeah. I told him he has to. But I'd really like to remember everybody lost in 9/11. This wins for them. So
Congratulations, Dan. Nice job.
thank you.
All right, that's Danny Sullivan, everybody. He wins for the first time in his career, our track champion. Again, Robin Wood, two-time track champion now, 2010, 2011. You go back-to-back. Congratulations.
Thank you. We had a really good year again this year. I got to thank everybody that helps me out, especially my dad, Rudy, Gary, Barb, of course, girlfriend Nikki and Tyler, and just all my sponsors, Renegade, Ganyanka Territorial Bingos, Lorman's, Leland's Barbershop, and Daniel Signs.
You really got off to a great start, and that's where you gained some separation from everybody else. The start of the season, you guys you'd done your homework over the course of the winter, and the car was fast from day number one.
Yeah, that was the key. We came out of the box really fast, and we kind of struggled at the end of the year, but we were still finishing in the top 5, and that's all we really needed. So it's nice to win another one.
Well, congratulations on another track championship. Well done. Enjoy the winter months, and then we'll look forward to seeing you again next May.
All right, thank you. I'd like to also take a moment just to thank all the people that lost their lives on 911, and thank all the service people that are still keeping us free so we can do this every Saturday night.
Well said. Robin Wood, everybody. He's our track champion, two-time track champion.
25 laps, the scheduled distance for the Sportsman Modifieds. Atkins, Mueller, stand on it as they come off turn 4, down to the green flag. Atkins drifts high in front of Mueller, a little bit sideways coming into that first corner. Bottles up the field just a bit. Here comes Proctor to the bottom of the racetrack. Ron Proctor on the inside of the 27. He's going to take that third spot away as they come off turn 4 to complete lap number 1. Your leader will be the 19 of Jesse Mueller. Brandon Atkins trying to hold on to that number 2 spot on the outside, but Ronnie Proctor's going to drive right on by up the backstretch. Proctor will go to second, and it looks like he may bring Hunter Bates right with him. Bates, the driver out of Pittsford, Vermont, will take the third spot as Atkins falls back to 4th. Looks like he's got a handful with an ill-handling number 1 modified. Travis Bruno has worked the Ormsby car into the number 5 spot. 6th spot goes to Joe Williams in the 19. Back up front, the lead starts to open up for Jesse Mueller. It's about 7 or 8 car lengths back to Ronnie Proctor, who's got a handful of Hunter Bates, who's right behind him looking for a way by. It's another 10 car lengths back to the battle for the 4th spot, where Brandon Atkins trying to hold off Travis Bruno. Running in the number 6 spot is Joe Williams. He's the driver out of Schenectady, New York. Change in position for 7th as the Proctor car moves up a spot. Drops Manny back to 8th. But up front, the lead continues to grow. Jesse Mueller like he's on cruise control. It's now about a 15 car length gap back to the battle for the number 2 spot between the 27 of Proctor and the 9 of Bates. And it's another gap back to Travis Bruno, who is pulled away from Brandon Atkins. Travis now holding down the 4th spot. Brandon is 5th, while that battle continues for the number 6 spot. Manny on the inside, Williams on the outside. Manny's going to go to the 6th spot. Dave Manny from Queensbury brings the number 32 car into the 6th spot, dropping Joe Williams back to 7th. It's certainly looking right now like a Sunday afternoon ride for Jesse Mueller, as he has dominated these first 9 laps.
Well, barring a yellow flag, he's well on his way because it's pretty strung out. There's some racing mid-pack, but the rest of the field pretty strung out. And before you know it, he's going to be working on the back of the pack. Mike Bush is about a lap and a half from being chased down by the leader, Mueller.
Hunter Bates has taken over the 2nd spot, and he's starting to put some ground between himself and the Proctor car. Travis Bruno is starting to close in on the 27. We've already completed 10 laps, and as you said, Rob, barring a caution, this field strung out. The race appears to be in the hands of Jesse Mueller. Dave Manny has gotten around the 1 of Brandon Atkins to move into the number 5 spot, dropping Brandon back to 6th. Joe Williams will run 7th. We got a car off on the backstretch, but he's got it gathered in and will stay green. Jamie Proctor is 8th. Freddie Proctor runs in the number 9 spot. Leaders working their way through lap traffic. Mueller has got two cars battling for position in front of him. That's the 9 of Introne and the 30 of Anderson. We'll see how Jesse Mueller handles the lap cars. He goes right by Anderson on the bottom of the racetrack. And he'll now have to deal with the 9 of Introne. Again, he looks to the bottom of the racetrack as Introne comes off turn 4. But Introne cuts down in front of him. That slows up Mueller just a bit. Now the door opens up again on the inside, and Mueller will be able to go right on by. It's a full backstretch advantage for Jesse Mueller from Pottersville, New York. Hunter Bates from Pittsburgh, Vermont, runs in the number 2 spot. Ron Proctor out of Charlton, New York, is third. Travis Bruno dominated the qualifier, but the wrong pill was drawn for Travis over in the garage area, and he had to start 6th. And he has not been able to put anything on the table for Jesse Mueller thus far. They'll complete lap number 17 this time by just 8 laps remaining. The rest of the field hoping for a caution flag, but Jesse Mueller says no way. Bates having a difficult time getting by the 30 of Anderson. They made contact coming off turn number 2. Anderson drifted high. Now there's some room, and Bates will go through and get second. Ron Proctor still continues to run in the 3rd spot. Travis Bruno in the 0 has closed the gap significantly on the Proctor car. We'll see how those two guys negotiate the lap traffic. Maybe that'll allow the 0 to get into the top 3. Bates finally able to get by Introne's 9J, but he still remains well over a full backstretch behind the leader, Jesse Mueller, who just now coming off turn 4 to get 5 to go from chief starter Butch Hendry. Bates is second. Here comes Proctor through on the inside of Anderson in the 27 to take the number 3 spot, but he's got the 0 of Bruno right there as well. We've got one more lap car to negotiate before they will be clear of lap traffic, and that's going to be coming up on this lap. Proctor looks to the inside of Introne as they go into turn number 2. Proctor will maintain his 3rd spot. There's still room, and Travis Bruno can get the 0 car through. He'll still have a chance to try and grab that 3rd spot from Proctor as we approach the closing couple of laps. 22 in the book. It will be lap 23 completed this time by, as there's the signal from chief starter Butch Hendry, 2 to go for Jesse Mueller. He's got Brandon Atkins in front of him in the 1. He will be the next car to go a lap down. Hunter Bates still a backstretch behind, running in the 2nd spot. And it's still going to be a good battle for that 3rd place spot. Proctor's got Ormsby right there. He's just a car length behind as we've got 1 lap to go. Jesse Mueller brings the 19 up the backstretch. Off turn 4, down to the checkered flag. Mueller is your winner. 2nd spot will go to Hunter Bates in car number 9. 3rd spot, the battle to the wire. Ronnie Proctor will hold off Travis Bruno, who finishes 4th. And 5th spot, just coming off turn 4 now, we'll go to the 32 of Dave Manning. Dirt. And Hunter Bates from Pittsburgh, Vermont, brings the 9 car home in the number 2 spot. We've got a birthday message to announce. Happy 11th birthday to Patrick Ledoux. So happy 11th to Patrick.
Jesse Mueller really conquers the field pretty easily. It was almost a half-track victory for the Mueller & Sons heavy-duty towing and recovery number 19. All right, here he is, everybody. Give him a nice round of applause. Jesse Mueller gets the victory, the Sportsman Modified Feature event. Well, you know, Pottersville's not that far away. You might want to make a few more trips here if you're going to run fast in a car as fast as you just ran today. Tell us about your thoughts of Airborne Speedway. Obviously, you must feel pretty good about it.
I'm never going to any other track. We're here next year, that's for sure. So count on that. I just want to thank my dad and my family and TDI and everybody else. This is awesome.
Talk about, I know through 2011 you've run some at Devil's Bowl, you've run down at Malta, and I think you had a little experience here one time earlier this year. But obviously today really was just a dominating performance. The car was very fast right from the start.
Yeah, I raced the X car of TDI's here, and I wrecked it in 3 laps. But I got seconds in the points at Devil's Bowl, and I had like 5 seconds in a row, like second places. So
you're a pretty young guy.
Yeah, 16.
Well, congratulations, 16 years old. You're doing a fine job, and a nice job getting the win.
Thank you. Daytona, we're coming.
All right, that's Jesse Mueller, everybody.
Pierre the field into turns 3 and 4 and bring him down the front stretch. 100 laps on tap. Here they come off turn number 4. Green flag is out. Roddy from the inside has the lead, working off turn number 2. Flack will run in line. Long race. Strategy will be important. You want to conserve the tires. These machines will eat up that right rear tire. If they don't have the right setup on the car, they can chew that tire right up, and they'll be slow in the later stages of the event. How about 3 wide right now for 5th? George Foley down to the inside. They touch going into turn number 3. Martin Hebert pushes up in the 25 to make room for Foley coming through. He's going to 6th. Martin Hebert slides back a spot. The leader's Perotti in the 35. Perotti started on point, led lap number 1, and he's pulling away to 5 car lengths, the advantage over Keith Flack in the 43. Martin Waugh in car number 90 runs to the 3rd spot. Aaron Bartamy is 4th in the B3. Then it's Pat Dupree in car number 24 running in the 5th position. George Foley is 6th in the 34 car. 7th is Todd Stone with a 1. 8th, it is the 25 of Martin Hebert. 9th is Pierre Bertillon. Pat McGrail rounds out the top 10 with the number 10. Here comes Foley. Foley looks to the top of the racetrack off turn number 4. Falls right back in line behind the 24 of Patrick Dupree. Perotti leading by a 10 to 12 car lengths. Then it's Flack in the 43 running in 2nd. The 90 of Martin Waugh works 3rd. 4th is Bartamy in the B3. Then Patrick Dupree in that 5th position, being sized up by George Foley, who again goes to the top, looking to find running room. We got a yellow flag. Jim McCombs in the infield over in turn number 4. Cars trying to take a quick evasive action, and unfortunately Vince Quinville appears to have broke along the left front. Caution flag laps will count. The last 25 must be under green. All right, ready to run again. Here they come off turn number 4. Green flag. Martin Waugh to the inside of Keith Flack off turn number 2. Flack has that 2nd spot going to 3. Here comes Martin working on that inside line. He's got the Gamache Truck Center rolling along the front stretch. It's Flack who's going to hang on to the 2nd spot. Martin Waugh still 3rd for now, but Flack stuck on the outside. He's going to chew up those tires pretty quick with that number 43. Martin Waugh continues to run down on the inside. Mike Perotti checking out at the front of the field. His lead is up to 7 or 8 car lengths with the Adirondack Auto number 35. Then it's Flack in the 43 running in the 2nd spot. Martin Waugh works 3rd. Aaron Bartamy is 4th. George Foley's gone to 5th. He's made the move around Patrick Dupree. He goes to the 5th position. Dupree now runs 6th. 7th is Todd Stone. 8th, Pierre Bertillon coming through on the inside. He also has a big block in. Like Perotti, he's 8th. 9th is Martin Hebert in the number 25. Running in 10th, Leon Gagnon in the 4. 11th is Pat McGrail now in car number 10. 12th is Roger Lebreche. And 13th is Brett Hearn with a TDI Repair X. Perotti building up about a 15 car length advantage. Meanwhile, the 90 and the 43 continue to run wheel to wheel around the racetrack. That's 5 laps now that the 90 and the 43 have run wheel to wheel with barely 3 feet separating them around the track. George Foley in car number 34 also works on the top of the racetrack. You can see smoke coming off that right rear of Foley. Those cars that are attempting the outside and running the outside in the early stages of the race, again, you have to think about tire management and how much is it going to take out of those sneakers if you go to the top of the racetrack and really use them up trying to get around. Flack in the 43 still trying to finish the pass of Martin Waugh, but he's not letting him. Martin Waugh is still there on the inside. slot car racing, the 90 and the 43. They go back and forth, trading that second spot. It still is Keith Flack at the line by about a foot in that second position. But now Martin Roy gets a real good run off turn number 2, and he's going to grab the second spot. Flack will finally get his car down to the inside. George Foley sees that, and he sees a chance to go. Foley goes to the outside, sizing up Flack along the front stretch. Lap 17 up on the board. Foley continues on the top of the racetrack. Again, he's really working that outside line. How much of an impact will that have later on in the race? Parati has put Colleen Salisbury down a lap. His lead is nearly the front stretch. Martin Roy in the number 90 running in the second spot. George Foley third in car number 34. He has passed Keith Flack and goes to the third spot. Flack back to fourth. Aaron Bartamy is fifth. Sixth is the 24 Patrick Dupree. Seventh is Todd Stone. Eighth is Pierre Bertillon. Running in the ninth spot is the 4 of Leon Gagnon. 10th is Martin Hébert. 11th is Pat McGrail. 12th is Roger Lebreche. And 13th is Brett Hearn with the X. But it's a big gap, brother, back to Kezar in the 28, 14th. 15th is Cam Grady. Those two get together coming off turn number 2. Then it's the 55 of Matt Woodruff also running in that pack, racing for position. Parati has a clear track in front of him, but before long, he's going to run upon a number of cars. In, I'd say, 3 or 4 laps, there's a big group of cars that are fighting for position with the leader quickly approaching. The field starting to really string itself out with some wheel-to-wheel, side-by-side racing near the back of the pack. Lap 22 goes up on the board. Parati's lead still about 15 car lengths. Martin Roy in the number 90 running comfortably through the middle of the racetrack. George Foley working a middle line. The 43 of Flack also in a similar position. Then it's the B3 of Bartamy, the 24 of Dupree, and the 1X of Todd Stone. Kezar and Grady go around the 13 of Salisbury. Certainly have to tip your cap to Kevin Kezar, who hops into this machine. It's a car that he largely engineered and built in the wintertime. He hops into it for the first time in competitive competition. And he's doing a pretty good job. The 27 of Grady right behind him. The leader, Mike Parati, is approaching the back of the pack. Michael Lebreche in the number 99 will be the next machine to go down a lap. Lebreche is working a higher line around the racetrack. Martin Roy has cut a 15 car length deficit down to about 7. And now with the cars running wheel to wheel in front of the leader, Martin Roy is going to close right in on the back bumper. Mike Parati shows the way as he tries to go around the 13 of Colleen Salisbury, but now Martin Roy is there. Just past the quarter pole, it's the 35 of Parati and the 90 of Martin Roy right off of his back bumper. It's a car length now. The 90 of Lebreche stays down on the inside. Parati's 35 works around at turns 1 and 2. George Foley is also closed in, working an inside line. He's now just 2 car lengths off the back of the 90 of Martin Roy. The 35 of Parati now has cleared track again. He's got some room to get away from the 90, but the 90 also has worked past the slower cars. And the advantage goes almost instantly back to 5 car lengths. Meanwhile, we've got a car in the middle of the backstretch facing the jersey barriers right underneath the scoreboard, and that is going to bring out the second yellow flag. And I believe that is Todd Stone, who is in the middle of the backstretch facing the jersey. Tanois with the number 90. The 34 of George Foley. The 13 a lap down. That's Colleen Salisbury. Green flag back out. Michael Lebreche, 99. That car bobbled over in turn number 2. He is down a lap to the top 4 cars, and now Aaron Bartamy trying to thread the needle to come through with a slower car, the 13 of Salisbury down the inside. Bertillon got boxed. Leon Gagnon with a veteran move to box Bertillon behind the 13 as they're scrambling to get around Colleen Salisbury, also knowing that Michael Lebreche is out there with a 99 on the top of the track. So they've got to work out, down, and then underneath. Brett Hearn off the pace. The 97 of Chris Vernold headed out towards the jersey barrier, but the X of Brett Hearn is off the pace, and that's going to bring out a yellow flag. Laps complete as they're ready to run again. Green flag back out. Parati started on point. He has led every single lap. Martin Roy hanging with him. Continues to use that inside line around the racetrack. Michael Lebrecht down in the infield with a number 90. He gets into the infield and checking out that inside racing line. Not the line that you want to be in. If you're down there, you're in trouble. There's some small stones that he kicked up on the track. There's a number of cars racing for position towards the back of the pack. The 55, Matt Woodruff, 327, Dan Brown, 80, Andy Haywood. They're 3 wide, as a matter of fact, right now down the backstretch going around Colleen Salisbury. They've been racing pretty close for position, and that position is just inside the top 20. Peratti's lead was back up to 6 or 7 car lengths over Martinois with that number 90, and then it's a big gap back to the 34 of George Foley. Patrick Dupree has moved to the 4th position with the Saranac Country Store, number 24. Keith Flack is 5th with car number 43. Then it's Aaron Bartamy in the B3 in the 6th spot. Leon Gagne runs in the 7th position with the number 4. 8th, it's Pierre Berthiaume in the 1. Running in 9th is the 25 of Martin Hebert. And then Pat McGrail, who's been in 10th just about since the drop of the green flag. That's where he started, and that's where he still runs. Mike Perotti moving towards the halfway point. Cam Grady was in the bunker. He kicked up a whole bunch of dust. Hopefully didn't bring much debris with him onto the racetrack. But he's running back at speed. He was trying to run down Roger Lebrecht's number 100, but he lost a whole bunch of ground in that pursuit. Perotti in the 35, leading by 6 or 7 car lengths over Martinois. Perotti's using a higher line around the racetrack. Martinois continues to work a middle to low line. A much more conservative line that we have seen Martinois utilize. Halfway, lap number 50 goes up on the board. Mike Perotti is halfway home. $3,000 on the line this afternoon. Martinois in the number 90 continues to run about 5 car lengths off the back. George Foley fading, still sitting in the 3rd spot. Patrick Dupree in 4th. 5th is Keith Flack. Although Dupree just bobbled coming off of turn number 2, and Flack will close in a little bit. Martinois closing in on the 35. Having watched Martin throughout the race, he has driven a much more conservative style, trying to hang on to those tires and make sure that he still has something left down the stretch, which has been an Achilles heel for him at times when he's overdriven early in races. But now that car's still working down on the inside. Perotti's car works to the middle and top of the racetrack. If Martinois can get down to the inside and fill the gap, he would have a shot. But he's still been 2 to 3 car lengths off the back of that car number 35. Again, he closes in the turns, but that big block just allows Perotti to pull away